Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I have been saying for so long that I am going to start a YouTube channel or I am going to start putting out YouTube videos, and finally I'm going to take the leap. So this first video is just going to be a week in my life, just really so we can get to know each other. You guys can get an insight into what I do week to week, and what my life sort of looks like. For a little bit of context, I am a chiropractor, I guess by trade or like as my occupation. I'm also a strength and conditioning coach. And in, I guess, my more like personal life, I am a boxing athlete. So I'd say this is a place where I can sort of bring my two worlds together, or maybe even my three worlds together. I think that social media and just the online space lacks a lot of like evidence-based, science-backed information. I think there's a lot of people out there putting out great content, but a lot of it isn't necessarily supported by the best evidence that we have at the moment. So my aim for this channel is for, yes, it to be friendly and for it to be about my life, and to take you guys along the journey with my boxing and work, career, everything, but also to provide you guys with some evidence-based, science-backed information. So yes, that is the aim. Today it is Thursday and I actually have an exam because I'm currently studying my master's in strength and conditioning. So I have an exam later today, but I'm heading to meet a friend for a walk, and then I think I'm gonna head to the gym. So I might bring you guys along there, and then I'll be back studying exams, and then hopefully a wholesome night with Jimbo, my husband, later. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, obviously like, subscribe, all those sort of things. That's going to really help support me in this channel. Good morning. It is Friday today and I have just finished my gym session. I'm actually flying to Sydney today, so I am literally just cleaning the house, packing my bags, and then I'm heading to the airport at about 10 a.m. And then I'm in Sydney for the weekend for a seminar for work, which is super exciting, and should be really, really interesting. It's actually a seminar on, basically it's combat sports, but it's for like allied health professionals, so chiros, osteos, physios. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be really interesting. It's a lot of like information about even like sideline stuff when it comes to combat sports, but also concussion, and even like some golden nuggets in there about sort of like treatment and treating combat athletes as well. So that should be sick. So the rest of the morning is literally just getting my life together. The house is a mess and I need to pack. I'm glad I got that strength session done. My motivation for training's honestly been pretty low, but we've been like ticking along and ticking the boxes. I have, I think, a run to do tomorrow, and then we'll see how we feel on Sunday if we feel like training, and then we're full sort of week of training next week that I'll bring you guys along for. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue with cleaning the house. I'm gonna make another coffee because I drank a lot of coffee. And then yeah, I'll bring you guys to the airport. We have finally made it. It feels like actually a really long travel day, and it actually wasn't that long of a travel day. But I'm gonna show you around the hotel because it's actually really, really cute. So we've got the bathroom, which is nice. I'm staying at the Grace in Sydney. Let's see if this wants to cooperate. And I'm just about to eat some Guzman and Gomez because I'm starving. But it's very cute, like everything you need, nice big bed. I'm actually like surprisingly tired, which is weird because there's like a time difference. So there's like a 2-hour time difference. So in Perth, it's currently only 5:45, but it's 7:45 in Sydney. So I'm going to charge my iPad,
chill, eat. And then I think I might end up walking down and getting Yochis later. I think it's only like an 800-meter walk. So I may do that because I don't like really ever get Yochi when I'm in Perth because it's not really near me. It's like really sort of like inconveniently out of the way. So that is the plan. And then tomorrow I'm going for a run. So just going to chill tonight, run tomorrow, probably shop, get lots of work done, like back end admin stuff. For those of you that don't know, I own my own chiropractic clinic. So I just have a lot of back-end stuff and like marketing, and I also do online strength and conditioning coaching, which involves some of my clients that I see in person, but also some that are like remote too. So I'm going to be spending a bit of time like just catching up on stuff for that, work on some marketing stuff, business building, all that sort of fun stuff, and the seminar on Sunday. But I'm going to get stuck into this GYG bowl. I've got the grilled chicken, which I'm very excited for, and probably just chill for a little minute, watch some YouTube, and then see how we go. Maybe wander down to Yochi. We have decided on Yochi. I have a craving, and when I have a craving, I am horrible at saying no. So we're walking. It's about an 800-meter walk, which I think will actually be nice after the flight, just to like flush out my legs, because my ankles do tend to swell. Good morning. It is like 8:30. I honestly... Oh. Hello. I honestly actually had a really nice sleep. It took me a while to get to sleep because I think, like I said last night, there's a 2-hour time difference. Isn't huge, but it's enough to just like get you out of whack a little bit and to like sleep in a little bit longer. But I'm just getting ready to go for a run this morning. The weather actually seems like a really good running weather, like cold but like not raining or miserable. So yeah, excited for that. Excited to see how the body feels. I'm quite sore. I did a decent like upper body. It was a full body strength, but most of the load was upper body. So my upper body's really sore. My legs actually feel quite good. Usually I would spar on like a Friday and Saturday, but obviously we are in a different state, so we're not sparring today. We are just running and getting some conditioning in before we tick into a busy week of training next week, which I'm actually really excited for. Just to like fully get back into the swing of things. I only recently got back from like a big tournament in Canberra, which was our like world selection event, or like a essentially like a national sort of tournament. So I got back from that like 3 weeks ago, and since then I've been training, but I've just sort of been like taking it a little bit easy as well. I was sick, I had exams, so I had lots happening. So I've been taking it a little bit easy, but I'm actually really excited now to sort of like ramp things back up, get back into training, go to Singapore in about I think 5 weeks. So I'll start to like tidy up my food a little bit as well and make sure that I'm not like eating in a surplus or eating too much food, maybe even go into a slight deficit to make the weight cut for Singapore a little bit easier as well. But yeah, I'm going to head out for my run. I've had a coffee and I'm going to scull some water and then hit the road and hope that it doesn't rain. Quickly before I go, I thought I would talk about running shoes.
This is a question that I get asked like a bunch in clinical practice, but also just like in real life and with my like strength and conditioning clients. I run in Hokas. Not everyone loves a Hoka. I do. I don't run in any of their like bulkier, cloudier shoes though, just because it makes me feel sort of heavy and slow. I have had their Carbon X runners before, and I used those when I was training for the marathon. But I now just run in, I'm not actually even sure what they're called. I'll find out the name and I'll like insert it on the video. But I run in these and they're really, really good. They're a thinner, lighter shoe. I honestly think that with running and with runners, it is a really individualized thing. There's no runner that's going to fix all your problems. There's no runner that's going to fix your running gait. There's no runner that's going to fix the amount of load that you're putting on your legs. So what's, I think, a more important variable when it comes to your running and your training is actually having your load monitored, progressing at a reasonable rate, and also making alterations to your running gait if you need to. Particularly if you're seeing like a reoccurrence of injuries like shin splints, patellar tendonitis, ITB syndrome and things like that. But yeah, I get asked a whole lot about like what runners I run in. The answer is that like I am actually pretty inconsistent and I change and I just find one that feels good at my feet. And then I sort of just go with it. So I think that is probably the like most important thing, that it is very individualized. I don't think you need like a huge assessment to find out exactly what runner is going to be best for you. I honestly think that the best thing is genuinely trial and error, but obviously that can be a little bit expensive as well. But just find a good all-round runner and one that suits what you're sort of trying to get out of it. And then also, obviously, if you're working with a coach or you are even like, you know, progressing through a running program, then just making sure you're doing it at a reasonable rate and not overloading the system too quickly, because that's more likely to cause injury than a bad runner will. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. All right, we are back from the run. It was actually really nice and there was so many people running, and I don't know, maybe it's just the health professional in me, but seeing so many people exercising and being active just always puts me in the best mood. I did 6K. I'll actually bring it up. I'll put my like Strava on there. I did the first 3K like just easy, and then I sort of did like building sort of like intervals for the last 3K and added a little bit of like speed work in there. But now I'm just getting ready and then I'm going to head down and grab some breakfast and probably take my iPad and get a bit of work done. But running's actually felt really good recently. We actually did a 10K race not that long ago. I think it was actually last weekend. Just sort of like spontaneously. And I've actually been feeling good and enjoying a little bit more speed work. So that's the plan at the minute. I have no running goals. I'm just running for the sake of boxing and being really fit. But yeah, pretty happy with that one and just had a really good time, to be honest. Like, it's just beautiful along there. I love running by the water. And just a really good way to start the day. Plus, like, I don't know, I don't travel like on my own very often. Like, I travel a fair bit for boxing and things like that, but traveling just on my own and having like the day just to do as I please really is actually really nice. And I didn't really realize that it was probably like the little reset that I needed, just to sort of like slow down, think. Might even spend a little bit of time journaling today. Yeah, just sort of like reset so I can go back to Perth and show up better, if that makes sense. I've had the most lovely day. I think I last spoke to you when I was going out for breakfast. So I went to a cafe, did some work, read some research papers in preparation for tomorrow. And then I just wandered around the shops, honestly. Took myself to get some rice paper rolls for lunch, and then I got my nails done. And then I've just gotten ready and I'm about to head out to dinner. So I'm going to dinner at 5:15 and I'm going on a solo dinner date, which I've never really done because I've been with my husband. We started dating when I was like 17. So this sort of thing doesn't come naturally to me. But I think it'll be fun and I'm craving a really, really good steak. So I think a steak and a glass of wine sounds bloody unreal. I'm just wearing jeans, top. I'm going to put a little knit on and some boots. Just go pretty casual, just so I'm comfy. I'm going to take a book. I don't know if I'm going to read the book. I don't really know what the vibe's going to be. I've aimed for an early dinner so that hopefully it's not busy and full of drunk people, but we shall see. And then I think an early night is on the cards because I've got to check out early in the morning and then head to the seminar, which is about a 30-minute drive away. So that is the plan. I have just done my makeup, which I'm not really sure if you can see. I am hopeless when it comes to makeup, skincare, fashion. I was a classic sporty girl at school and it just never interested me. And now I like sort of regret not learning those skills. But here we are. Honestly, like I get my makeup and hair done for like most events because I am genuinely like incompetent. But we just go for a natural look at all times and we're all good. This is breakfast. It is overnight Wheat Bix, YoPro, and then Biscoff on top. And it has been like my fixation meal for a little while now. Whenever like, I guess I'm sort of trying to get like back on track or get back to eating in a good way, it tends to be the meal I just gravitate towards. It's good. I know I like it. I know the macros and the calories really well. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy that and then I'm going to hit the gym. Lunch is served. Turkey, pickled onions, cherry tomatoes, zucchini, rice, lettuce, barbecue sauce, and I think that's everything. Yum. We are finally on our way to training. It's really like actually quite cold. I don't know if I'm wearing enough clothing. But I just had my pre-workout crumpet with Biscoff. I'm like obsessed. Shit. My car's disgusting. I'm like obsessed with Biscoff at the moment. Actually, I've been obsessed with it for a little while. But yeah, that is my like go-to pre-workout snack. Crumpet, Biscoff, and then I've also got, oh, you're gonna figure yourself out, mate. And then I've also got pre-workout with me as well, which I'll drink on the way there. I think training's only an hour tonight, so it shouldn't actually be too bad. Usually our team training's like 2 hours, but I do have to drive a little while to get there. So that's not very fun, but just is what it is, you know? So probably pop a good podcast on. And then I think I'm going to try and get some footage at training tonight, because that's always fun. But honestly today I've just been like sat in front of the computer most of the day. Aside from like patients this morning, I've just been like ticking along. And then I literally just watched a little bit of Netflix then for like 20 minutes while I had my crumpet. And then yeah, now I'm on the way to training. And then I'll get home probably like 8. I think Jamie literally like isn't home yet. He's still at work. And then I think he'll honestly be in bed by the time I get home from training because he has like a really early start tomorrow. Like I think he has to get up at like 2:30 a.m, which is just disgusting. So yeah, I do not envy him, but it's annoying because like I've just been in Sydney and then I haven't really had a chance to see him. But I guess that's just life. But anyway, I shall see you guys when I get to the gym. Good morning. I am just quickly jumping on because I need to leave because I'm running late to the gym. But I got home from training, I think at like maybe 7:50 last night, and then just chilled out on the couch before I went to bed to watch Netflix. Honestly, there was nothing really to see. But training was good. Just like just over an hour session, pretty much just all like sparring skills, so that was really fun. And then yeah, this morning I just done the same thing as yesterday, just coffee, journal, read, and then I just like packed my car because I'm actually going to a gym to like set up my table and just basically go and like chat to people if anyone needs a chiro or wants to talk to a chiro. So I'm going there for an hour this morning. So just making sure I'm organized for that. But I'm gonna go get my run done. I have 10 400 this morning, but I'm gonna go do it on the treadmill because it's still pitch black outside, and also I don't know what the weather is doing. So I'm just gonna go get that done, and then yeah, I'll be heading to a different gym to do the stuff with my table and just sort of like work related stuff. But yeah, and then the rest of the day is pretty chilled throughout the middle of it, and then I think I have patience this afternoon. I have just finished up at Anytime Fitness, and I'm currently just sitting in my car because I'm waiting for my iPad to charge. I'm meeting a friend at a cafe and we're just going to do a bit of a work stint. So yeah, my iPad has charged but not quite enough. I don't even really know what I need to get done work wise. Like, I'm used to like I'm studying my masters in strength conditioning. I'm not sure if I've said that, but I'm in like the mid-year break, like in between semesters. And I'm used to like anytime I have free time just studying, but right now I like don't have to study obviously, so it's a really good opportunity for me to like work on business stuff and to keep on doing all the things I need to do. But I just felt a little bit lost. But that running session this morning was fucking hard, and it was really hot, and I wasn't the only person upstairs, so I didn't want to like turn the fan on because like it's freezing in Perth right now. But then everyone left, so I turned the fan on, but I was just like absolutely pissing out sweat, which is disgusting. But yeah, got it done. Pretty happy with it, to be honest. I think I can probably push a little bit harder next time, which is like good to know. Didn't know how hard it was going to be because it's like 10 of them, so you don't want to like start out crazy hot and then not be able to sort of maintain that pace. But actually really enjoyable. I like the 400 meter distance. It's a fun distance. So also like another one of my little side goals at the moment is just to get faster. Like I just want to be able to run 4-minute Ks and feel comfortable. Like not feel comfortable, but like be able to like, you know I can keep that pace. Which is just not the case at the moment. So yeah, but I am going to probably head in, get a seat, get another coffee, and make a little bit of a plan of what I'm going to get done today work-wise, and then go from there. Honestly, so fucking sweaty. But that feels so good. There's no better feeling than opening the sauna door after sitting in there as well. But all done. It's really very cold, but we're getting it done. Morning. I just got back from a bloody beautiful run. The weather was actually so nice, like candy, no, that's really not what we call it, fairy floss skies. It was cold, but it was like just nice. I just did 5Ks and just ticked the legs over, which felt really, really good. I have just gotten ready for work. I'm about to make another coffee and then get stuck into some work. Good morning. I'm actually running quite late, or I'm going to be late very, very, very soon. But it is about 5:30 and I'm heading to a spin class, but up in Perth, so it's a little bit of a trek. But one of my friends is teaching, so I'm very excited for that. I got home at like 7:30 from training last night. Other than that, I literally just worked, trained, got home, and then replied to a bunch of emails from the accountant. So it really wasn't anything exciting. But today is going to be the last day of this vlog, so I'm just heading to this spin class and then I'll be back to do some strength and conditioning and then into work for the rest of the day.
I am just editing this vlog now and I have realized that I did not wrap it up at all. So I think that day I honestly just did a whole lot of work, which is classic of me. So I had patients in the afternoon. I was quite busy. But I have just found out like yesterday that I'm fighting in Adelaide next weekend. So I am going to pretty much start a vlog next week so I can hopefully vlog the Adelaide trip, the fight, the whole sort of fight prep and everything. It is a little bit last minute, so I am going to have to do a little bit of a weight cut. So it will be a little bit of a hectic week, but I'm really, really excited. So if you have enjoyed this vlog, I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, there should be a next vlog out in about a week or so, basically with a recap of Adelaide and my fight and everything that happened there. So yeah, thanks for watching.